Hey there, welcome back. A little bit of an update video from the video last week when I worked from home to see if we couldn't diagnose RV air conditioner situation. As the week progressed, there was some back and forth with the technician that was able to come out and Ron Hoover, where we purchased the RV, regarding the warranty. And the technician that was able to come out said the warranty wasn't still intact, in place. Ron Hoover insisted that it was, because appliance warranties are 2 years. At the end of it, the gentleman who came out, the technician who he received this information, he was trying to locate this information, and at the same time Ron Hoover said that they would call me today, Monday, to schedule something to have one of their techs come out and take a look. They would need to confirm what I told them, but if they could confirm that, then they could go ahead and process the warranty, and that might be better suited for me if the technician wouldn't be able to get his hands on the warranty information, the technician that came out last week. The RV guy did as he promised and called me today, first thing this morning around 9 a.m., a little bit before. However, I was told that the mobile tech had an appointment at 10, that he would call me and give me a 90-minute window, and that didn't happen for a handful of hours. So I finally called and said, hey, did I miss a call? What happened? And I experienced some frustration on my end because there were not any internal notes in their software system. If they have a software system, there weren't any notes that he could find to say the mobile technician was supposed to call someone by my name. I don't really know what's happening, and I have just a significant level of frustration when it comes to customer service, I guess. Because if I were to do these things at work, these types of things, I would get in trouble for that. A lot of people would. Why are we having, high levels of customer service issue? It's just an RV air conditioner. It's a Coleman brand. I mean, at this point, I feel like I just want to double check that I'm purchasing the right one and purchase it myself. Then again, I need to make sure that I have the warranty information in order to do that, so I'm not paying an arm and a leg for it. Either way, I'm still able to maintain a consistent, comfortable, temperature in the RV. The weather is not terrible. It's not what it's certainly not what it was during the summer. 4 o'clock, it probably gets to about 80 degrees in there, which is obviously not ideal. I prefer around 75, but at the hottest portion of the day, on days where it's 95 or 98 degrees outside, that's not terrible, considering other factors. I find myself really agitated with the customer service aspect. So I'm getting late lunch right now. I'm getting some food. Odds are I'm going to place money that the tech will call when I'm on my way back to work. And we'll just have to do the best we can to get somebody else out again for now a third time. So I was incorrect a minute ago when I said for the third time. It's actually the fourth time. Last Tuesday, I arranged to work from home because I had someone say they would come out and help me with an appointment. They backed that appointment up on the day of and then flat out told me that they couldn't get here, but that they could the next day. Well, that didn't work for my schedule. But when they told me that, I was able to scramble and get that technician out here last week. We went through the latter part of last week kind of trying to figure out the whole warranty situation, and that's where it sat on Friday at the end of business. But recall, this is the AC we're talking about here. So it's on right now. The tech told me I'm only supposed to have it on fan, low preferably, and it says 71 degrees, and the fan has been doing surprisingly well, to be honest. Helps keep the temperature pretty cool in here, and it's not on the actual AC setting. So I can't complain too much about that piece of advice, but I'm still kind of waiting a hot second to see if the tech will call me back. It is the tech from Ron Hoover will call me back. He said that they could get out here today. I'm not confident in that. So I'm about ready to, I took a late lunch. I'm gonna take the dog out. I'm gonna get back to my office. Odds are, if I had to place money on it, they're gonna call me when I get back to the office, and then I'm gonna have to scramble at that point. Because I feel like that's just how this project is going. But even if that's how this project is going, it needs to get done, so we'll go with that. So I just got everything for, kind of set to go back to work. The shades are drawn, the reflectics are in, It's 78 degrees in here, but it's also supposed to get up to 98 later on today with a heat index of feels like 101. So I was getting ready to head back to work, and guess who calls? Ron Hoover. So they're 15 to 20 minutes out. Hopefully we can, I mean, at least I wasn't back at work. But now I'm just gonna have to go back and get my stuff in a little bit. Yep. Well, so hopefully this diagnosis goes better. I'm still really frustrated just with the, I guess, lack of service, timeliness of service maybe, or just honesty of when someone can actually be here. I would rather hear, you know what, Kim, we can't get to you until Friday, if they truly meant it, and then I could figure it out as long as they upheld, you know, when they said, yeah, I can get there on this day, but not before then. I think this is a kind of a long-winded way of saying I appreciate honesty and timeliness, and I don't really like to just kind of have smoke blown for me. But I guess I'm gonna hang tight for another 15 to 20 minutes and see if we can't get this sorted. So wouldn't you know it, but as I was getting ready to head back to work from my lunch, my late lunch, the gentleman from Ron Hoover did call me, and he said he was about 10 minutes away, which is good news. I'm grateful that I could get it, you know, sorted, at least their diagnosis of it today. That's super helpful. This guy, this tech, he was great, right? He came out and he was kind of listening to what the symptoms of the AC, if you will, and was able to run some tests and let me know what's going on. We still think it's a faulty compressor, yes, but the issue is deeper than that. The continued rattling that I would hear when we would even just turn the AC off, when it was making kind of a bad noise, just a noise that just didn't sound right. But that continued rattling was the compressor not turning off, which makes sense, meaning there was a bad relay in there somewhere. But this individual he stood by what the other guy said and said, I'm just going to recommend a complete AC replacement. Your warranty starts new again at that point, because if it's not working and it's not turning off, then I could repair the relay, but you would still be having issues a month from now. So I appreciated his honesty, especially if I'm still within warranty time frame for just the complete repair. It's been a lot of ups and downs, though. Just, you know, when the techs that have come out, I feel like they've been super helpful. You know, trying to help educate me on something I know nothing about, obviously, too. But I just thought they've been super helpful. It's really, though, the level of communication from those people scheduling their times that has just been a significant frustration. I've just had to be, you know, drop what you're doing and come here. Like, yeah, I get that to a certain extent, but it's just not always feasible for people who still work. And I think I mentioned that in the last video, and I guess I was hoping that for professionals who service, you know, the recreational vehicle industry, who knew that sometimes people don't work and sometimes people do, but also too, you can't just drop off your home that you're living in because you sold your sticks and bricks. You just can't drop it off for an undetermined period of time for them to kind of just tinker with and kind of see what they can figure out, and then, oh, by the way, yeah, now we'll go ahead and send it into for complete repair. That level of what I've been dealing with has been frustrating, but from the tech perspective, I've been super relieved at just how helpful they have been, and appreciative for them sharing that knowledge too. This saga probably continues. We're probably going to get an update